Modern digital agents are a new breed of realtors. We work smarter, not harder. We wage war against the big brands and win every single day. No longer are we held captive by traditional marketing methods, and we refuse to accept the status quo. We are the elite. We are the few. Join us. We are modern digital agents, and these are our stories.
Hey everybody, this is Dwayne Roberts here with RealEstateLeadAcademy.com, and today I have a highlighted student success story. Sandra from Murfreesboro, Tennessee has been on the program about how long now, Sandra?
About 3 weeks.
Okay, so about 3 weeks on the program. So what's your experience in real estate? What have you done in the past in order to generate business?
Well, last year was my first year trying to do leads online marketing, and it hasn't been exactly successful for me. So I was going to put that aside, and then I wasn't going to do anything until you came on board and told me about this great platform and lead generation tool that I, pretty much is hands off for me. I don't have to do anything.
Okay, sounds good. So you said that you tried for about a year to do online lead generation. What type of platforms have you tried in the past?
I've tried Zirple, I've tried Trulia, I've tried offers.com, I've tried just different platforms like that, and I just wasn't getting actual leads that were coming in that I can convert, because they'd be, typically out of state and not wanting to move, or something changes, and it just really was very few, like very, very few. Okay,
so you mentioned some of the bigger platforms out there, the Zirples. I mean, those are large, huge corporations, and most of these companies have a pretty large ad spend to be able to invest in their programs. And every lead generation program out there obviously is going to promise and promote that they're going to get you leads. But from my experience, and one of the reasons that we created Real Estate Lead Academy is so someone can get an honest return on their investment for their ad spend. So in a 3-week period, how much have you spent on Facebook marketing?
I've only spent $80.49.
Okay, so $80.49. Now, so the average lead, say from a company like Realtor.com, is, by the time it's all said and done, and listing leads are going to come in between 25 to 30 bucks, and buyer leads $15 to $20. So let's talk about your ad spend that you've done so far. So about 80 bucks in a 3-week period. So your budget is $5 a day. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So on a $5 a day budget, how many leads has the system generated for you at this point?
Well, at $5 a day, it looks like it's 13 leads and 5 selected 0 to 30 days. And there were 12 captured addresses for those leads.
Okay, so explain to the audience what you mean when you say that they have selected 0 to 30 days.
Well, when they select 0 to 30 days, that means how interested they are to move and to sell their house.
Okay, so for those who are just tuning in or not familiar with the Real Estate Lead Academy program, the way we've got our system set up is when we're capturing leads, we have a drop down for them to select if they're interested in selling their property and the time frame they're interested in. So those options are going to be 0 to 30, 30 to 60, 60 to 90, 1 to 2 years, just curious, and they're looking to refinance. So that way we're spending our time with people that are wanting to do business now, opposed to larger in the future. Most lead companies are going to tell you that it's a nurturing process, and to a degree that's true. It is a nurturing process, but let's face it, as real estate agents, we want business now. So out of the ones that selected 0 to 30 days, you said you had 5 people, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I know you just now started to get into the nurturing and the sales process, but based off of what you're feeling at this point, at this rate, being 3 weeks into the program and 6 weeks into the program for about a month and a half, and you're going to be approximately at 10 to 15 people who have selected 0 to 30 days. If you did your proper follow-up, out of, say, 10 people that have went through this system and have identified themselves that they're looking to do something in the next 0 to 30 days, how many of those 10 do you feel that you comfortably can get to the closing table with your sales ability?
Well, the statistics in real estate is if you can show up in person, you can convert at least half of those leads. So that would be 5. But I'm comfortable with converting more if I can get in front of them and have a listing appointment. Absolutely.
All right.
75%. So more closer to 10 than 5.
Perfect. So let's say that you had 10 leads in a 6-week period, and let's just get real simple and let's get crazy about this. Let's say that all you did in a month and a half period is you got 3 people to the closing table. Just 3. Those are very small numbers if you're following up and doing what you're supposed to do.
Right.
What is the average commission in your marketplace?
The average commission in my marketplace would be around, well, our average sales in this area, Murfreesboro, is around $230,000 right now. So 3% of 230,000. But then it depends on what your commission with your broker is, of course. But I would say probably if I can close 3 homes, it's going to be around 18,000.
Sure. So, and you were talking about what you're taking home after your broker split, right?
Right, yeah.
Right. So gross commissionable income, because you have to remember, agents are on different splits with different types of companies.
Right.
So gross commissionable income, you're looking at $6,000 a pop on average. 3 transactions would be $18,000. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so at this pace, you spent $80. We double that. It means at this pace, you would spend about $160 in leads. Let me ask you, do you think $160 in ad spend to get 3 solid closes out of that is worth your investment?
Absolutely. Yes, I would definitely do that.
All right, so tell me about your experiences so far with Real Estate Lead Academy in comparison to the other platforms that you've tried. You mentioned at the beginning of the interview that you had it was hands-off. Explain to the audience what you meant by that.
Well, honestly, I haven't put a whole lot into this platform because I'm a busy mom with 2 kids, and I already have a couple clients I'm working with. And so that just fills up my whole, work week and day, my kids. Anyway, so basically I just said, okay, sign me up. And then Dwayne and Kristen just set up my Facebook ad account, and I was ready to go. That was pretty much it. The only thing I did was create a fan book page. I have a business page on my Facebook, but I created my own fan page. And that was it. And I haven't done anything with it except to call prospective leads. I haven't even gone to prospective leads' houses yet because I've been so busy. I just came off of a field trip with my child, and so it has been hands off. So I've been pretty excited about this platform.
Awesome. So what you mentioned something that I want to bring to the audience's attention is that we had you create a non-branded Facebook page. Now, the reason we did that is because if you have a Facebook fan page and it obviously is Sandra Realtor, you're going to have less people opt in. So we have you create a non-branded page, which is going to help your conversions. And as you can see, obviously that is working. So since you said the system is hands off, how are you being notified right now when a lead comes in the system? How do you know that someone's potentially on the hook?
It comes to my text. Message.
Okay. So you get a text message as soon as the lead comes through. It has the person's phone number on there. And then there's something that's happening in the background that you asked for information about yesterday and how to turn off. And normally turn off sounds like a bad connotation, but actually in this case, it's a good thing. So what did you mean when you contacted us yesterday and you said, hey, how do I turn off this marketing?
Well, if you want to go on vacation or something, you don't want to get all these leads because you can't follow up with them. I was just asking, how do you turn off the marketing so that I can go on vacation and not have to worry about following up with these leads and then getting all these, because it's hands off where your platform is texting them or emailing them for me, so I don't have to follow up immediately. So if they are really interested, they can contact me, right away, like, text me themselves or call me themselves. So, I don't want to leave any lead, hanging.
Awesome. So that's actually where I was getting. That's what I wanted to draw out of you, is that the system is actually sending text messages and emails on your behalf.
Right.
So then I've looked into your platform and I've already seen that people are responding to the automatic text messages that are going out. Right. Which is amazing. So that means the system is doing all the follow-up marketing for you. It's better than hiring an assistant at your office to send emails and to follow up with these people, because it's doing it for you. And there's no additional charge in that. But one of the things you have to remember for the audience that's viewing right now is that when someone responds to an email or a text message that goes out, it's important once you start engaging that conversation with somebody that you go into the marketing system and you pause the campaign. Right. Otherwise, you'll have a great conversation with somebody, and the next day they may get an automatic text message asking them to give you a call to wrap up their comparative market analysis. So the system is designed to work on your behalf. It doesn't take away the human element of marketing, but it does supplement those follow-up procedures that you have to do. Now, you mentioned captured addresses. What do you know about those?
Well, the captured addresses means that's where they currently live, or that's the home they own, so that you can go up and follow up with them if you wanted to show up in person at their property and just introduce yourself and say, hi, I'm Sandra and I work in the local area, and, I just wanted to offer you a free CMA, competitive market analysis, and see what they say. Kind of just that's a more personal touch if you wanted to do that. And according to you, it really, really works. I haven't done it yet with these leads, but I will.
Yeah, it's the fear factor, getting over it, being in person. Our system is a conversation starter. Mm-hmm. So we have a home evaluation page. And with the majority of systems out there, if someone responds to an ad on Facebook to know their home evaluation, there's only two reasons they're doing that. The first reason is something's happening in the future that has them looking into their options. They may be downsizing or upsizing, or their employment situation may have changed or going out of state, and they're curious to know how much equity they have in their home. Or they may be interested in knowing where they can move next. The second reason is they're just curious. And if they're just curious, that's fine. We're looking for the diamonds in the rough. So I consider every lead that comes through the system just a lump of coal that's going down a conveyor belt. And when I find a diamond, someone that responds 0 to 30 days, I'm taking that and I'm putting it to the side, and I'm going to polish that diamond and put it on a ring and put it on my finger. But the reason the captured addresses come into play is that with the majority of systems, if someone abandons a page, now what that means is they started filling out what their home's value is worth. But then they make it to another page and they realize that we're asking for their name and their email address and their contact information, and they realize that they're going to go on some marketing list. Well, typically with the majority of systems out there, it's over. So all that marketing dollars that you spent on Facebook getting that person to that page has been a waste. Where our system, we will at least capture their address if they abandon the page. So that means that they had an interest in real estate, but they kind of abandoned the sales process for us by leaving the page. So if you want to get aggressive, you can go knock on their door, you can send them postcards, because these are people who are still interested in conducting business. They're just uncomfortable giving you the contact information at that point. But you've got the address. So as realtors, all we've got to do is look into tax records so we can get their name, and you can go to whitepages.com and get their phone number if you want to. So there's a variety of ways that this system helps you become successful. And the brunt of it is we're helping agents all across the United States get seller leads on an average between $5 and $10 per lead. Now, I looked up your stats right now, not including the captured addresses. So these are just people that actually filled out all the information. You're averaging $6.19 per exclusive seller lead. Guys,
Right.
that is unheard of in this business, and that is why Sandra is excited about this because, I'm sure, not to put words in her mouth, that she has spent way more than $80 on a lead platform and got nothing out of it. So to be able to get leads for $6.19 is a heaven sent program. Now,
Right.
if you want to include the captured addresses in there, then that means that she's getting leads for roughly $3. Guys, this is all about building your pipeline. And one of the things that's going to be happening here in the near future, and when I say near future, I'm talking about in less than 2 weeks, is we're going to start doing what's called a retargeting campaign. Now, just like you go to Amazon and you're looking at a product, and then that product starts following you around Facebook, we're going to make it so when someone fills out one of these landing pages, we're specifically asking them, are you working with an agent? If they select no, then it's going to go to a different page. That page has a tracking cookie on there and tells us that, hey, this is an unrepresented seller or an unrepresented buyer out there. When we have that information, the next time that buyer goes or seller goes to Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, Sandra, you're going to be there as the preferred agent in that town. You're going to be plastered everywhere. It's like having a billboard downtown Murfreesboro that you're paying pennies on the dollar for. I'm going to show you how you can get video views on YouTube to only those people who are unrepresented out there floating around without an agent for as little as 2 cents a video view. How does that sound?
That sounds amazing. Incredible. I mean, this is the first I've heard of it, so.
I know. I wanted to surprise you.
Oh, that is a surprise. I'm like,
I've got mad ninja skills when it comes to Facebook marketing. And before we can start actually retargeting, we've actually got to get traffic to those pages. So as you continue and mature with the system, we're going to show you more and more ways to capture leads using this system, and we're going to help train you to convert them into closings. A lot of systems out there, even if they master the fact of getting you leads, there's a training aspect that doesn't exist. Just because you get a lead doesn't mean it makes it to the closing table. So
right.
I've got 15 years experience out there working with leads exclusively. I mean, the last couple of years, I've closed an average of 50 transactions a year, just myself as an agent without a team. That's impressive. I'll pat myself on the back for that. But I'm showing agents all across the nation how to duplicate my success. So I've got scripts. I've got content. I've got my follow-up procedures. I've got everything in place within our training platform to show you what I've done to become successful so you can duplicate my success. So Sandra, I want to thank you so much for being on today's call, answering my questions, and letting the audience know that Real Estate Lead Academy is a real program. And then if there's anything that you want to say to the audience as far as if they're skeptical at this point about jumping in, if this system is going to work for them, because just like you, I'm sure there are other programs in the past that they have tried that they didn't have as much success with. So do you have anything to say to the audience before we go about having them have the confidence to give this system a try?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry about that phone call. I've talked to two. Okay, sorry.
Those are probably leads.
Yes. Actually, probably. Anyway, I had invited two of my colleagues at Keller Williams to come in with this platform with me, and I'm actually glad that they're not because these are exclusive, so they're all mine. And now these agents are actually very interested in this system, but they want to wait out a little bit more and see what I convert. And then they're going to be jumping on the bandwagon because they're excited. I already told them about it and how I haven't done anything. And, it looks pretty good. So, and I'm just super excited what you told me about the surprise. I cannot wait. I mean, that's amazing. So thank you.
That's awesome. Hey, Sandra, thank you so much for trusting in me. Thank you for trusting in Kristen and Real Estate Lead Academy. You enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of this weekend. Jump on those leads. And the next time we talk to you, You're going to tell us about the number of conversions that you've had and how happy your clients are. And then let's get those commission checks in your hand. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.